Welcome to another exciting episode of Captains of Industry right here on CNBC Africa. That's why we are first in business worldwide. Today we are in Kenya's capital of Nairobi to look at the hospitality and entertainment industry, looking at the fact that entertainment is a big part of our lives every day. We are at the Kiza Lounge right here in Nairobi on Galana Road, speaking to Ali Umaru, the Managing Director of Kiza. Ali, thank you for making time to speak to us.
It's an honor.
I've been to Kiza for other things, but it's the first time I'm coming to Kiza during the day, and this is a fantastic place. But just give us the story behind Kiza. Why Kiza?
Thanks a lot for giving us a chance, at least, and choosing us to come and interview us. My name is Ali Umaru Mumuni, and actually I'm originally from Niger. And then my background, I used to be a footballer, and I used to be, and from there I did IT and telecom. I ended up in hospitality. And I'm married with, and blessed with the 2 kids. Now, my wife is Kenyan, called Judy. And then now what happened is that Kiza started the journey from Dubai. It's one of my friends who started the idea, with Lukman Akembe. And then we decided as a team to extend it bigger. And then now we reach where Kiza has moved from Kiza Restaurant and Lounge into Kiza Tomorrow Africa. So the name Kiza is a name that we borrowed from Rwandan. It means people, community. What we're trying to do, we're trying to fight the tribalism in Africa. We're trying to unify the Africans through food, music, art,
Which is very hard because we have very many tribes. Kenya alone has 43 languages. South Africa has 11 languages. How do you even bring that together?
Yes, that's one of the reasons. You see, whenever you're at Kiza here, you don't feel who's who. We only see one Africa.
Right.
That's the catch. Because we don't talk about tribe, we don't talk about the culture, we don't talk about whatever. In Kiza is all about one Africa, one family. So Kiza is a full movement of a pride of Africa. So when I say to you, we're trying to fight the tribalism in Africa, we're trying to unify the Africans through food, music, art, and fashion, is that, you know, in all those 4 points, whenever you check, if you check the food, you know, the food give you, whenever you eat the food, you know which part of Africa it's coming from.
Right.
And whenever you eat the food, you will end up to understand is linked to a tribe, religion, and whatever. And when we understand that, we Africans will stop misjudging each other. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you check as well into the fashion, if you check the outfit, automatically it gives you an idea which part of Africa is
West
coming
African.
from. Exactly.
Right.
You understand? Despite the person who's wearing it. Because we African, we assume, we don't ask. So as soon as you look, oh, he must be West African, he must be Nigerian, he must be South African, just because of the dress code. One. And then also, if you say that in terms of music, as soon as you hear the music, you know which part of Africa is coming from.
Right.
And then if you notice, nowadays, the music has no barrier. Fashion has no barrier. Food has no barrier. And art does not have barrier. Look at the way that they have so much collabo happening between West African, South African, North African, East African among themselves. Those collabo, whenever you, let's say a musician play by a West African collabo with, let's say Sauti Sol, right. One of my boys that I have so much respect for them. They are the pride, one of the pride of Kenya and Africa as well. Imagine they're having a collabo with another, let's say Two-Face, as an example in the Nigeria, as an example. Right. Can you imagine the transfer of knowledge between the two countries?
And cultures as well.
And the culture.
Right.
So it's opened the barrier between among ourselves, and it let us understand that we are still one. You understand? Right. So the other side people will listen from the South African background, the East African background. Right. They will listen as well here from the South African background. So it's become as unifying each other.
So does that dictate the kind of music you play? Because Africans, we love to dance. I mean, if you're trying to bring together Africans together, then there's the aspect of music. Do you find that as a barrier or
actually is an extreme add value to make him to have the Africa united. It's not an easy job, but it's something that should start from us, from now, from today, for all of us. And the only way we can be able to have that Pan-Africanism is that, you see, whenever you have, let's say for example, 2 musicians coming from different countries, each one have their own way of playing their music. So you being a Kenyan, whenever you hear a music from East Africa, you know, is a bongo. Definitely it comes from East Africa. Right. You are related to. But imagine you are listening to it and it is mixed to a West African music. Where me who come in from West Africa, I'm related to. So it's giving me, you and I, to have fun with the same music at the same place without seeing
So it's like creating a new modern African culture.
It's a new model and it's a new mode of communication between us as Africans.
Right. Ali, give us the journey. How has it been? I mean, whenever you're in East Africa, you will know about Kiza, and that's why we are here today. How has the journey been from that philosophy and that very well set foundation to where we are now?
From beginning, what we believe is that from beginning, the 4 ethics that we believe on is that when we say that, you see the Kiza, the name A is the map of Africa. Right. So we want each time that you say the Africa, you see the map of Kiza, you see the logo of Kiza. When you say Kiza, you see Africa. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to show, because we believe in one thing, if ever a Caucasian and an Asian, they can be able to put their food in white plates, why not African? So we focus into the food. In terms of fashion, if you check all the designers, the raw material coming from where? From Africa. Right. So what happens is that they come and take everything and go and put just a label and come back and sell it to us times 10. Right. It's sad, but it's the true things. Right. So it's in Africa. If you see the artwork, go in the high-end museums, even simple animals, they take them from here, Masai Mara. Isn't it? Yes. And then if you check even the artwork, well, whatever they design, everything, it's all based coming from Africa. We are wealthy African continent, right. Isn't it? In terms of music, right now, you check anywhere in the world, all the music is a black music is happening. You understand? Right. So it's up on us. There's one thing that's where the Tomorrow Africa is coming from. It's a message for the brothers. They've been to good schools, they expose, we travel, we learn from the hard and good ways. Africa, proudly we have the wealth right now. We should not expect people from outside to come and make Africa for us. We should make Africa. And the only way we're going to make it is to stay unified and trying to support each other. Instead of fighting each other to say that you are doing so well, no. Ask for advice. How did you make it? How can I do it better? And focus into what you're doing. And always what I take to people, in whatever you are doing, put God in front. Right. Right. In anything you are doing, put God in front and be genuine. Right. And be real. It will be successful. Right. And you don't have to go and doing illegal things in your life to achieve in life.
Ali, how has business been from that point to now? How has been your experience in running a business in Kenya?
One thing I can tell you, Kenya is the most dynamic market ever in Africa. If you survive in Kenya, you can survive anywhere in the world in Africa. Why? Because Kenyans has the wealth, Kenyans are well educated, Kenyans travel enough, Kenyans know how to get value of their money.
Mm-hmm. They're hustlers.
We all hustlers.
Right.
You understand? Mm-hmm. So if ever you manage to make it in Kenya, which means you really get the right niche and the right add value service which they are looking for. And then there was a couple of people were asking me, there's always new clubs are coming up. Yes. How do I deal with the competition? And then always, you know what my answer? I always tell them, have you ever seen 2 cows grassing in the field, and you see one cow trying to grab the food from the other cow mouth?
There's enough market for everyone.
Never.
Right.
Just focus, get your marketing plan, do your market study, know what you're doing, and focus. Be the leader, let people to learn.
Do you get qualified, good quality staff and the right talent to run this enterprise?
Yeah, I believe on the grassroots. It's true, you need to have a couple of people who have already the basic knowledge. But I can tell you something in Kiza, we take from down and we take people from down and we let them understand what is the add value service that they're going. Anyone who step in, they contribute to pay your salary, they contribute to make the pride of Africa. So there's the ideology to make understand that every single person is not about money. Everyone is important at Giza. Everyone is a VIP.
How do you balance that to ensure that it's not just about the money or the bottom line? Because when you set up a business like this one, at the end of every month, you want to look at your profits and ensure that you're doing well. But then how do you still ensure that you have time and priority on the social aspect of things and the things that really matter?
Oh, you see, there's one thing that we did not play with it is the quality of service, and then the value of any hide and then any person who step in Kiza. Because we wanted to create that experience, that je ne sais quoi, that you're curious, what bring me to Kiza. Right. And whenever you're in Kiza, you feel being at home. And that's what drives the traffic. Because in every business, when you let people feel that they are at home, I think that's the key of success. And being humble.
Right. You mentioned that you do other things, social enterprises, you do CSR, things that people who run industries in this, in the entertainment space, don't really have time for. How do you make time for that, and how do you balance that?
I think everything is beginning, we always said in French, la charité bien ordonnée commence par soi-même. I think it depends the way that you've been brought up. And then I believe in life the way that I've been brought up. I always believe in God, like my family as well. And then in whatever I do, I put God in front. I believe in always the hand that gives, God gives back. Get more. So as me, Ali, myself, I have also my own corporate social responsibility that I do. And then in any business that we do as well, we believe in the same ethic. Because it doesn't mean that you've been blessed, that God will not bless the others. Help to bless them as well. The small gesture matters a lot to them in their life.
Right. Socially, what areas of need do you feel strongly about that whenever you think of CSR for Kiza, you want to put your money there?
We are more interested about anything which is related to kids, women, and anything which is mostly people in need, which is the people are physically they're not physically fit with us. You understand what I'm saying? And then in a matter of fact, I will tell you, we have clients that are not fit to come to Giza. We have a facility of a team that can escort the person from the elevator up to the car, the trolley, make sure that they push the wheelchair up to the club. They finish, they will dedicate for them even a special security that will follow them throughout the night.
Oh, fantastic. Interesting. I didn't know that existed.
Yes, we do.
Oh, fantastic. Let's focus on the wider Kiza. I mean, you're already in this market, you're doing fairly well, but Kenya is a very global city. I mean, the people who, the patrons for Kiza, people who come here, are people who've been to other clubs, to other markets, and there's a culture of materialism where we want to spend more than the other. That is very rife in Africa now. Is that a blessing for your business?
I would say that first of all, you know that Kenya being the heart of Africa, Kenyans are mostly the most welcoming people, and may God bless them, God bless the country, is that they are very open-minded into innovation. And then when we open here, it's true there is always people with a stereotype thinking that is a club, is a West African club, is a Nigerian club.
Yeah,
but
everyone says a Nigerian club.
But funnily,
I thought it was a Nigerian club. Yeah.
90% of my clients, they're all from here.
Okay, with a few Nigerians.
Yeah, that's it. So Kiza does not belong to East Africa. It belongs to all Africa. That's why you see the map of Africa remain there. Now, what people need to understand is that we are not into a competition. We are not into a fight. It's a message that we are trying to share with the brothers. The message we are sharing is that we are trying to make sure people to understand that we are one family. How we can be in one family? Because if you know in one thing in Africa that we know in the back ages, that African invite only people that they trust in their house.
Yes.
African only eat with the people that they trust or who they're trying to trust.
Right.
Why? Because Africans eat in one pot. Everyone put their hands in one pot. And when you put a poison, everyone die. So they have to be very careful with who they are eating with. And when you eat with that person, the barrier is broken. We become one family. That's why it's easy for an African to call you my brother.
Interesting. Let's take a quick break because we need to delve a little bit more. But if you're joining us now, you've been watching Captains of Industry in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. We're in the entertainment space speaking to Ali Umaru, who's the managing director of Kiza Tomorrow Africa. There's more after this. Welcome back. This is CNBC Africa and you're watching Captains of Industry today in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. We are focusing on the entertainment industry and we are the Kiza Tomorrow Africa. We're speaking to Ali Umaru, the managing director. Ali, we spoke a lot about Kiza, but let's now talk about what is the future of Kiza, because you've already had a significant success in this market. What's next?
We want to make sure that Africa remain the same. Africa remain one family. We should be having a borderless among ourselves. So the only way is that for anyone, you know, we started from Dubai. So any Africans who travel to Dubai, the first things they are looking for is to go to Dubai, to go to Kiza. Right. So which means Kiza has become now a center of where a hub of Africans can meet and have fun and interchange also business. We trying to expand. Right now we are busy building in Abuja, in Nigeria. And then with God willing, we're supposed to be extending into Kigali, Kampala, Paris, London, Houston, New York, Toronto. And then as well, we're making sure that anywhere that we go, we drag in the part of the all concept, right, which is the food part as well.
So this will be a franchise system?
It is.
Because obviously you may not be the one.
It's already a chain.
Right.
It's
right.
already.
How do you maintain that quality and vision?
Kiza does not hire people because of the quality. What we do, we focus more into the behavior from the person. Then we add value, the quality which we need. Because you might be the best, but if you can't fit in the team, you have to go.
Which makes me ask, so how do you select your team? I mean, like you said, there are entertainment spots popping up in Nairobi every day, and you have people who've worked in all these places, and there's competition. How do you decide this is the kind of person that I can work with?
Okay, one thing I can assure to you, Kiza is a family from the service industry, and then I'm blessed to have a wife that's supporting me in the background. People always tendency that you can work with your wife, especially in this industry.
Because of the drama.
It's nice. You can easily work with your wife. The teamwork is very important. And when everyone start understanding the concept and then the movement, which direction we are going, so we will move faster. Isn't it? So what we do when we're doing an interview, as I said to you, we always focus most into your behaviors, your personality. Then now it's easy, because you see when you're having an empty cup, it's easy to fill it out with the drinks. But this is already full, I know it all. You can know.
Right. And obviously running such a successful business in Kenya now, where we have a big challenge of unemployment, we have a lot of youth who are out there, some have skills in the hospitality sector, but people just don't have jobs. How big a priority is job creation for you at Kiza?
I can tell you so far, Raina, I can tell proudly that we remove a lot of burden for the government and the county. And then we support a lot of families. We have over 100 above staff. 99.9% of Kenyans. So it's a job. We believe in anywhere we go. We bring the expert people to come and train them and go where you belong. But you know what's the catch? Right. Let's imagine I bring my chef from West Africa, North Africa, South Africa. That's what I did. I brought them to Dubai. So that's how we started Dubai first. Then now whenever we're opening a branch, I bring all those chefs again back to, let's say, Nairobi. They train all my chefs from Kenya. But when they're training, the North African person will know how to cook the South Africa. South Africa will know how to cook the West. And the West will know how to cook the East. So they will teach each other how to cook. Then each one, when they're going back where they're coming from, they will share that knowledge.
You mentioned food, fashion, and I forget the last one.
Art.
And art as the pillars that build Kiza. Let's talk
food, fashion, music, and art.
Food, fashion, music, and art. Let's talk about art fashion for a moment, because that is very big in Africa right now. What is your entry point into that? As
My
Kiza?
entry point in art, you see, African is well known with the art designs, sculpture, and all those things. And then if you see everything that there is an inspiration coming behind of a design of art, there is a message behind of it. And if you see, you read that message, is all linked into the African continent. So it's a way of trying to know each other. It's a geography, at the same time it's a story. Because the story part is that you learn about the story, and then you know which part of Africa it's coming from. So it's a way of trying to know another country without traveling. It's a one-show stop. Kiza is trying to be. So whenever you come to Kiza, if you go back again to the food, when you eat the food, you will know which part of Africa it's coming from. So you can be able to eat a food from West Africa, North Africa, South Africa without being there. Right. At least you have something and an idea. If we support now into the fashion, the movie part, you see the entire culture. You see now the way that the Afro cinema Mike Izu was here recently.
Right.
You see, in Kiza.
Oh, so you are promoting,
I'm promoting
events
anything,
that build this.
African musician, African movie makers, African fashion designers. Because you see, the only way we can make it is to interexchange ideas.
So if I'm a fashion, I'm a fashion creator in Africa, I'm just starting and I would want to get inspired, do I just come to Kiza and say, hey, I'm here, I need help?
Yeah. Kiza is in Africa, there's no, when you're doing at the table, you always say that you put extra plate. Yes. Because maybe the neighbor may decide to come and eat with you.
Right.
So Kiza is a house of Africa, and it's a pride of Africa. So whenever you think that you can be able to add value something into the ethic and the movement of Kiza, or you want to do something with Kiza, or you want Kiza to assist you to achieve, we'll be more than happy to do so.
Ali, let's talk about the challenges that you face, because obviously the opportunities are immense and you're already doing a lot of good work in this market. In the hospitality industry, what do you see as the biggest challenge in the Kenyan market right now?
In the Kenyan market, the only challenges that I'm seeing that people does not know, they only see the positive part. They don't see the challenge part. People thinking that opening a club or opening a lounge is easy. I have some few cash capitals, I'm venturing. People don't understand. Go in something that you know and you love to do. Right. People don't like to do, people are lazy to do homework. And it took me 6 years and a half. I've been traveling between Paris and Dubai, coming to Kenya, going out, understand the market. So I invested 6 years and a half.
To learn.
To learn, right. To understand. I can tell you 90% of people who came to Kiza, they call me by my name, Ali.
Because you were there.
Exactly. Right. Because I had built that network relationship, that ethic, because I can say that proudly, I'm a people. I'm easy. I don't value material, I value my people. Right. And that's Kiza.
So that sounds like a very good message, especially to young entrepreneurs. Kenya has a lot of young people who are hustling and doing things, and you'll see them here on Friday nights. True. Yes. What would you advise people who are getting
What I always advise the youth is that please put God in front in whatever you're doing. One. Second thing, do what you think you love to do. Because anything you are doing because of the money, you will never achieve in life. Right? And then at the same time, when you are doing, get time to do your homework. Don't rush. Slowly, surely. How long it takes to build Kiza? Many years. And then every time you come in, there is something new. You keep asking yourself, there's a full migration. Yes, Africa is big. Right. That's where we always keep coming with new ideas. We move and we can. And then, you know what makes me, honestly, and the Kiza family proud? Is that when people from abroad, they come, they get shocked. They get shocked the way that we are in one high-end place. We're having fun, no fights, no harassment, and we even have lost and found people losing their wallet and credit cards and collect it back. Which is not common. People cannot be, I got people say that it has never happened in my life. And then they said in the US, this one, you just forget it. The first thing you need to do is to call and block. And we get a several experience. People leave their phone. Right now, you check that maybe we have at least 10 smartphones, iPhones and all those ones. And we wait the owner to come and we hand over.
So obviously there's a culture that you've created.
There's a culture we create, that family, and that actually we are one family. We move. And then even our staff, you see the problem with somebody is everyone problem, like in Africa. So we work on one family. Now, the message that I want people, the youth to understand, nothing comes easy. You don't have to start you looking for the shortcut to go into drugs or any illicit work to achieve in life. Easy coming, easy going. The more harder you work, the better you're reaching, and the safer you're reaching, and the better you make it happen in life.
Interesting. As we finish, Ali, if you are not, because obviously Kiza is a fantastic place. I would love to work here because there's a music, everybody's happy and enjoying. But if you were not doing this, what would you do? Or if indeed there's a retirement, yes, what would you rather be doing other than this?
As I told you, I love football. Right now, I'm an FIFA agent, official FIFA agent as well. I got my license. And then, so I try to push as much as I can in the sport. What I would love to do is that I would love to see that the idea that we started from beginning with my friend, with Lukman Akambi and the others, we'll be more than proud to sitting in our corner to say that our idea has reached far. where someone else will be on my position today to say that thanks to Ali, thanks to Lukman, thanks to all others that started the journey before, and then we are carry on. Right now, we Black African, we getting the fruit. We getting the proudness from who? The hard work that Mandela and the others has done. It's a teamwork. It's a continuity. And then one thing that I want those youth to understand, you don't have to fight the person, the leader who's making it happen, to think that you drag him down. No, you're putting Africa behind. The best way to do is that get closer. How would you advise me? How will I make it better? How did you make it? How can you advise me? That's the success of Africa. We need to stop fighting each other. We need to advise each other. That's the reason why we built something that we call it KPMC, which is Kiza Professional Network. We'll be having it starting from June. Every month, we're inviting people who made it in life to come and talk to them about business. And then we always make sure we invite university students who are at the end of the year. They come over and we become their parent, trying to get for them attachment, trying to advise them how to do business, how to go, how to do about it, and we guide them. Those ones are the leaders of the future of Africa.
Right, so that's a very good place to leave it. We spent the first half hour talking to Ali Umaru, the managing director of Kiza Tomorrow Africa, looking at the hospitality industry in this part of the world and the philosophy and the beauty of the thoughts that came into putting such an industry. Till next time on another exciting episode of Captains of Industry, my name is Bonney Tunya and this is CNBC Africa.